What's up, Cyblerlux Army? What's up, Cyblerlux family and moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 big and promising reasons as to why CYBL, Cyblerlux Corporation stock can spike 10x in near future. There has been a lot of buzz about penny stock, especially sub penny stock and OTC stocks that we have been looking into, but Cyblerlux and some other stocks are special given that we are in the penny stock season. What's different this year than the last year, I want to talk about as well. If you take a look at some of the meme stock from last year, the penny stocks from last year, you'll see a pattern. As an example, BNGO, NNDM, CTRM, ZON. What ZOM, Zomedica Corp, what did the stocks do? What they're doing, practically what they were doing last year rather, is they were pre-revenue companies, so the revenue was up in the air that we were expecting that those are innovative companies. Second most important thing, those stocks were already on Nasdaq. What we are talking about right now is OTC stocks. If you think about CYB or Cyblerlux Corporation, they are not on Nasdaq just yet. There is a massive potential that it can be uplisted on Nasdaq. Think about ILUS, ILUS. We can foresee there could be an uplisting on Nasdaq. I'm not promising anything because I just don't know, but based on the research and based on what JP Back will tell us, they are going to be listed on Nasdaq. So there is a big difference. The third thing is, last year what we saw with Zomedica Corp, CTRM, BNGO, NNDM, the stock goes up and then there is stock delusion coming, right? Once there is stock delusion and or the reverse stock split in some of the cases. If you think about CTRM, they did reverse stock split. We are seeing a different pattern this year, especially in the OTC stock. This year's trend is different. They're not on Nasdaq just yet. There is a massive potential for all these stocks to get uplisted on Nasdaq for multiple reasons. I do see some pointers why Cyblerlux Corporation can be listed on Nasdaq, or why there is an ambition within the executive team. I'm going to share and I'm going to talk about 5 big things in this video. So watch the full video. If you own Cyblerlux, CYBL Corporation, you really want to watch this video because this is going to share a ton of insights. If you're trying to get into Cyblerlux, also watch the full video. I'm not talking about IFAN, IFAN or CCAJ or IFXY just at this point because that's not the right time. But do I buy them? Yes, 100%. I do buy them in smaller quantity at the moment, and we have been talking in our private Discord as well. But this is the right time for Cyblerlux. This is the right time for ILUS. That's why I have been talking about this stock. Now, before I go ahead, I put a ton of effort, energy, and time into building this video. So if you can do your part and help me out and click on that like button, that will be super helpful. So click on the like button. You can subscribe to my channel. It doesn't really cost you anything. It is going to help out all of us and the Cyblerlux family, Cyblerlux army, making sure that we can share this research analysis with more and more people. So do me a favor, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If you feel extra happy, you can join my Patreon as well. Not a ton of money, $4.99 a month. You can recoup your investment just with one right trade for indefinitely for the rest of your future that we have. It's just $4.99. So just help me out, make sure that you support the channel as well. Click on the like button, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. Now let's get into CYBL. There are 5 things. The first one is this is the earnings season, and this is most promising earnings season for CYBL, Cyblerlux Corporation. The second thing is there's a 10x revenue potential for Cyblerlux, and I'll share that in a moment. Third thing is the bigger stock volume possible. Right now, I have been consistently noticing lower and lower regular, the volume itself, and there is a massive potential that it can spike up anytime, and I'll tell you why. The fourth thing is the community growth. The fifth thing is no sign for reverse split and or stock delusion at the moment, as I just talked about some of the penny stocks that we saw last season. So first thing is, right now we are in the earnings season. What that means, if you think about this particular statement or condensed statement of operation that CYBL announced on June 30th, 2021, if you take a look at the revenue was $367,000 with the gross margin of $143,000. So it's almost close to $150,000 just to get a round number, but think about what they were doing in terms of the revenue. Pretty negligible revenue. What we are expecting at this point, this is the revenue projection, this is the revenue looks like. So their company has announced that they are expecting over $2 million in revenue just in Q3, which is massive. So think about the spike. The spike is from $367,000. All of a sudden, the company is going to announce $2 million worth of revenue. It's a massive, massive run up, 5-6 times than what we saw in the previous quarter, which is massive. Now, if the revenue grows 5 to 6 times, what you can expect for the stock price? It will also follow the revenue, right? No, there is not that much we can expect just yet. What I am personally looking to see is their profitability. If they have revenue, what's their profitability? If you think about this, their gross margin was $143,000 on a revenue of $367,000. So I really want to see what's the profitability on the $2 million revenue that the company is going to share with us. So that's a big catalyst in my personal opinion, and which is what I'm eagerly looking forward to see what the company is going to announce. So let's talk about more. 2021. So 2021, the revenue they're expecting is $5 million. Next year, they're expecting more than 2x the revenue this year. And this is only considering the ITS business unit that the company has formed. Next year, 2023, they're expecting $24 million in revenue. So if you think about, in a way, from 2021 to 2023, they're talking about 5x revenue. If the revenue is 5x, think about it, where the stock can go. It can be 10x, 15x, 20x, 30x. So there is a massive potential that you can 10x your money, you can 20x your money. So that's why I'm super optimistic about this stock, and I just wanted to share with you. Epic case, if you think about 2021 versus 2025, the projection itself, $5 million to $50 million. Now, the biggest difference and why the company can accomplish this is because they have a lot of contracts with the Department of Defense. And let's talk about that. If you think about the second point, I want to cover at the same time as well, the 10x revenue potential we already talked about. Right now, we are in the earnings season. The company is going to announce their earnings anytime now, and that is going to be a big catalyst. Remember, they have $2 million revenue. Now if they're showing a massive profitability, it's going to impact the stock price and can shoot up before even anyone can think about that. The community has been growing super fast. Remember, what we saw for ILUS was very similar. Right now we are seeing almost 7,500 followers on their Twitter community. If you think about their stock weights, we are seeing over 9,000 people or watchers on the stock weights. And if you think about the message volume, right now the message volume is at the highest level, almost highest level. If you think about this, the growth in the message volume, right? So this suggests the buzz within the community. And remember, every single person who is posting, every single person is kind of watching, they're not really on the watch list. So I'm expecting the watchers are much more than what we see in this just number. So we're very close to 10,000 watchers on stock weights. There is a lot of buzz. There's enough buzz about CYBL that makes me super excited as well. If you think about company, what the company does, CYBL is an advanced technology platform company driving growth through acquisition, joint ventures, organic growth, and they do have contracts with Department of Defense. So it is fundamentally different than what we have seen in the past for CTRM, BNGO, NNDM, because this company has massive potential. They already have contracts with Department of Defense, local governments, the US agencies, including the services and software market. Now, one more thing that you want to remember here is they are close to acquisition in Q3. The first one is UAS technology and capabilities, and the second one is advanced infrastructure technology and global resources. Now, why this is super interesting to know is this is signaling that the company has ambition to get uplisting on Nasdaq. They did not really announce. Remember, ILUS announced that they're going to be uplisted on Nasdaq, and they're working on it. Cyblerlux has has not announced that just yet. Think about it. If the company shares their ambition that yes, they want to get listed on Nasdaq and they're working on this uplisting in next X months, it could be 6 months, it could be 9 months, it could be 12 months, but once that announcement gets out, it's going to add a ton of fuel into the stock, and which is why it's super important. There are two things you need. One is consistency, and second one is the patience. Because consistency meaning, yes, you missed out on ILUS, fine. Cyblerlux could be the next deal. IFAN could be the next deal. So you have to do due diligence and research, and that's my goal. I want to share all the research and analysis I do with all of you, hoping you can make informed financial decision. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do a ton of research, and which is why I'm sharing this information with you. If you take a look right here, the company has announced their business updates. Before I go there, I want to really share this news right here that the company announced yesterday. They had a busy week. They have flight IT meetings in the East Coast. I believe it's in Boston, and the infrastructure software team in the meeting on the West Coast. So what this all tells us? What it tells us is the company has ambition to add into their software and technology and IP portfolio and get uplisting on Nasdaq, because companies mostly prepare themselves right before they want to get listed on Nasdaq. They have to show the strength within the company, the intellectual properties that they have, the software and technology ideas and thought process behind it. I believe strongly, in my personal opinion, and this is a highly speculative idea and thought. This is just for entertainment purpose. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do believe strongly that the company is working right now on their ambition to get uplisting on Nasdaq. They haven't announced anything. This is just my thought and idea. And they have also divided their business structure. So Flight Eye US solution, advanced lighting and solution, infrastructure technology solution. So this is one of the big business unit that they're focusing on, infrastructure technology solution, and they're expecting more than double the total revenue of the company that they have in 2021 right now than compared to 2022. So this unit itself is going to double up the revenue, and they have the contract with DoD. So they are talking with some of the solid fundamentals. So it's not just up in the air. And the last one is infrastructure software solution, SaaS. When companies do like infrastructure technology, infrastructure software solutions, that gives us a pointer that the company is preparing themselves to get uplisted on Nasdaq. So think about that. So we talked about that. One thing you want to also notice is the short volume ratio. Very small, 68 million, 30 million is the short volume, which puts them at the 45.26 short volume ratio, which is massive in my personal opinion. So you want to think about this. And last thing I want to leave you with is the stronger community. Even though we have strong community, there is a massive potential for the volume to spike up. If you remember, we had 500 million in volume on October 6th. Since then, we saw cut in half. Right now, we are at 67 million volume as of yesterday, October 13th. So remember, think about it. The volume can 10x from this price point, from this point. So from 67 million, the volume could hit 600 million. The volume can hit 550 million. So there's a massive potential. If the volume hits high, the stock price can double just in one day. I'm not making it up. We have seen multiple times back in the days. We have seen for ILUS, we have seen for Cyblerlux. Right now, what we are seeing is there's a massive potential. The stock can go from 5 cents to 10 cents just in no time. But there is much more Cyblerlux Corporation can offer, because there's a massive potential with the volume, with the revenue, with the potential earning season, with the potential profitability, and there is no sign of reverse split and or some sort of stock dilution, which all means if you bundle all these things up, you can think that the stock can 10x just in no time. And this is why I am saying, if you think about this, their RSI looks pretty healthy to me. 49 RSI doesn't really suggest overbought or sold condition. This is something I like to see. What I see right now, the MACD is super interesting as well. The red line is slightly above the black, which is the signal, in my opinion, very healthy sign. If you take a look at the 1-day chart, we are not seeing so many ups and downs. So the stock is consolidating around the 5 cents level. It is waiting for one big announcement, one big news. Hopefully that news will be the earning news and the profitability news that I want to share with you. If you think about this 1 month chart, and I wanted to see every single time the stock went down, there was a massive volume. The volume spiked up. Yes, it's a selling volume, but remember, people many times just there might be some FUD that what's going to happen. Second thing is there will be swing traders into the market. I love swing trade because there is a massive opportunity for all of us to ride for free. Us, especially the stock that has 2x potential. I double my money in Cyblerlux just in 2 days. So why wouldn't I sell 50%? I haven't sold it yet, but I'm just saying there's a massive potential. So every single time the stock starts going down, people will sell, and then there'll be a massive, pretty good green juicy bar, as you can see right here. And what that suggests, it's a massive buying volume that keeps up the stock above 5 cents. I just wanted to share what I found with you. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, join the Patreon group if you're feeling extra happy. It is $4.99 a month. I hope you get some value out of this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.